What's up, y'all?
Hey.
It has been a minute since we've done videos. It's
Yes.
been a minute since we've done a lot of things together.
Facts.
Um, I'm just gonna get straight to the point. so, um, long story short, we broke up what 6, 7 months ago. You know, we officially got back together February 14th, Valentine's Day, and in that process, we learned a whole lot. One, about each other. One, about relationships. A few things about other people. There's a few things about in general, things we can't speak on.
Yeah. And then I wouldn't necessarily say broke up. I would say we took a break.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
I
sorry,
think
that's
if
what it
you
was.
break up, then
That's
the
what it
goal is
was.
not to be back together.
Yeah.
We took a break, and I think breaks are great. There were things that God showed me to do in the situation that a lot of people didn't understand. People were mad at me for, decisions that I made, with the relationship. But ultimately, my thing was I'm following what God told me to. And, when you follow what God's telling you to do, nobody won't understand. It's not for nobody to understand. As long as you know that you're doing what God told you to do, you know. I had to get out of God's way so God can work on him. Sometimes we are in the way of the process of where God is trying to take people that we don't realize it.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where, like I told you, I'm like, he loved me so much that his mindset was to want a relationship. So God was like, well, because he loved you so much, I need you to step back. I need you to take a major step back and get out the relationship in the sense of taking a full break. Because he can't really see right now because he loves you so much. So I need you to step all the way out of it so that he can see, so that I can work on him how I need to work on him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, it wasn't easy for me. I feel like more so was definitely more difficult for me. Like when you're the one making the decision of ending something, it's like a lot come with that. So I feel like for me, like it was a lot on me because I could have easily been like, you know what, let's stay together. No, I'm not going to do this, or, kind of gave in. And so it was more tough for me to stick to my guns because I still love him. You know what I'm saying? So I had to stick to my guns, and it was definitely tough. It was not easy. I think you probably felt like it was easy for me.
Yeah. I mean, from my perspective,
From your perspective, right?
From my perspective, I took it the wrong way, and I don't want to say the wrong way.
You took it how anybody else
I
would
took
take
how
it.
anybody would have taken it.
Right.
I didn't understand like the whole process.
Yeah.
To be honest, so what it made me do just to be transparent, it made me like get on my shit.
Mm-hmm.
And get on my shit. There's a lot of personal goals that I had to accomplish. It's not a thing of me getting complacent as a man. It's more a thing of me getting maybe too comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me focus. A lot of things that were supposed to happen, like down the road, I did it within that 3-month span.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't got time to play games. I do what I gotta do. And you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where, like, in this process where we went through, communication was very important for us.
Facts.
I feel
Number
like
one.
we handled it very well. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where it could have been left.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It could have been a case where when she's expressing herself, she's putting me down or saying like you ain't shit or wait, whatever the case may be, or I'm responding to her in a negative way. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things I learned also is like, as individuals, as a couple, never look at nobody else as your standard.
Facts.
Nobody,
Facts.
no celebrity, nobody,
Facts.
because nobody is perfect. Everybody go through shit. No relationship is perfect, and it's not a thing of front with social media. Like, people look for your own relationship as not perfection, but like as a gold standard.
Right.
When I say gold standard, meaning as continuous growth. It's never going to be perfect.
Nope.
You always gonna have the room for growth. You know what I'm saying? So, and I told her like, this process, it made me step on the gas a lot sooner. And also, it's a meaning of continuing to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of the things where if I'm lacking in any area or you lacking in any area, I'm going to tell you respectfully.
That's how it's supposed to be.
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I learned a lot about myself. And also, I learned how she handles shit. I learned, at least I know if it shit get heavy, I know how it's going to go. And she learned a lot about me too also. So that's one thing we learned also, just how to maneuver. You know what I'm saying? And another thing too, guys. When y'all going through the process and it's okay to go to other people that you trust. You know, had those common bonds we had, right? Those friends that we went to that it didn't judge us.
They was there for us.
They was there for us.
Both of us.
They rock with both of us.
You know, they wasn't putting either one of us down.
No one's
encouraging.
No one's taking sides.
You know, giving really great advice and tips and things from, like, you know, married people who are married.
Yes.
You know, that, you know, been married for a long time. We just confide in people who have our best interests at heart. You know, it was at one point we confided to people who didn't have our best interests at heart, you know, and then they end up showing their ass and showing their true colors. It's something like where, you know, people preparing on your downfall. You know, it's like, you know, you going through something, you need somebody, but they like send back ha ha ha, you know, thinking, you know, shit sweet, like, okay, yeah, like they down, so let me, you know, try to get one up on them, or, you know, feel like, you know, we you know, we got one up on them, and really, you look silly, you look stupid. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we are highly favored.
Yeah.
So no matter what we go through, we gonna always bounce the fuck back.
Yeah, and
that's on period.
One thing that helped me through this process, my forehead looks shiny because of the sun. But anyways, one thing that helped me look in this process, like, so we actually moved out to our place we was at before, right? And we got to separate places. You know what I'm saying? And it's been great. That process, it's been fun actually. So
it's been amazing.
I got a lot of time to actually sit and think.
Yeah.
I got a lot of time to actually process what situation is. I got a lot of time to listen to God. And when I tell you I had to cut the TV off, cut the radio off, cut whatever it is, just cut it off and just listen. And a lot of times when you feel like things have been taken away from you, or you feel like it's a moment of discomfort, you take it personal. And I did too. I'm be totally transparent with you with that.
Right.
But I feel like God was telling me maybe it's not a thing of me unwinding everything for the end. Maybe you need to do certain things as a man for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she got to do certain things. Maybe there's a healing that's taking place. You just don't see it. A lot of times in the process in the beginning, we don't see what it is. You don't see what it is because you're in the beginning of the process. So you want to get to that victory line so bad and so quickly. It doesn't work like that. You know, it took us really some hard work. It took some difficult conversations. But at the same time, what I love about it is she respected me this whole process. It was never putting me down. Yeah, there were certain things I didn't want to hear, to be honest. Yeah, there were certain things that she wanted to hear that I said.
Had tough conversations.
There's some tough, emotional conversations. And so, like I said, like, don't look at any couple or any celebrity as they're perfect. Like, you with your person, you with your partner, look at y'all as a standard. Like, how y'all can grow, how y'all can grow together. Also, like, you have a separate journey outside your relationship that you need to work on. You have you have your, you know what I'm saying? So never forget that.
Exactly. I'm thinking with the whole apartment thing, like, I always wanted my own apartment. Well, I had my own apartment, but, you know, I had someone staying with me at that time. So I never really got a chance to just, like, enjoy me having an apartment with no one living with me. And I think I spoke to that when we first got together, because that was when I moved down here, like, that was the thing. But I was like, okay, no, well, we did a different way. And so then when the situation happened, I'm like, well, yeah, well, you know, let me go ahead and get my own apartment. You get your own apartment and stuff like that, you know. So, like, even when you get engaged to people and you in relationships, you don't have to live together. Like, I don't know who made that the standard, but it's okay for both of y'all to be on your own and have your own shit. Like, that shit is dope as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, like, it's okay to have your own shit. The next time we, you know, move in together, it's going to be to a fucking house, not another fucking apartment. No. Yeah. You know, so, you know, I'm glad that he listened to my concerns, or just the things that I tell him, you know, and took heed and say, you know what, I hear you, I got you. And shit, next day he was that nigga was in therapy the next day. Okay, so he was not playing. But you want somebody, you want somebody who gonna do that, right? And it's like the fact that like he didn't do it for me, he did it for himself.
Yeah.
I always say, when you do what you gotta do for yourself, right? You focus on you. It benefits the relationship. It's gonna benefit anybody that's attached to you.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
You know.
On this moment, we're at a way better place than we ever was. Seriously. Like spiritually, mentally, physically, like together, separate.
Yeah, and it is one of those things for me too. Like, I don't got a front for fucking social media. Period. You know what I'm saying? It was times people trying to be nosy. You know what I'm saying? Join my events or something like that, trying to see what the fuck going on. Oh, she over here. Like, just weird shit. Like, people just weird as hell. You know, but my thing is, I have nothing to prove social media. We have nothing to prove social media. Like, I don't want to portray myself as nothing but who the fuck I am. That's it.
Yeah.
Period. You know what I'm saying? What you see is what you get. So when y'all seen us not posting for a while, I'm that person. Like, I'm not about to be sitting here posting, make it seem like we so happy, and that's not the case. So people front for social media so fucking much. You know what I'm saying? That's not me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, I ain't posting on the page because we not together. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So whatever you go through, if you feel like that's the one for you, you gotta understand and know that both of y'all had the same fucking end results. So if your end result is not to get back together and get married, then you need to reconsider the situation. Period.
Yeah, real talk.
So yes, you can take breaks. That's cool. But what is the purpose of the break? Our purpose for the break was fucking growth.
Mm-hmm.
Who can fucking say that? Not because somebody cheated or because, you know, some bullshit was in the game. No. Our relationship is fucking amazing. Period. We separated for fucking growth. And for me, separating for growth is fucking dope as hell.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
It's dope. Even though in the beginning I didn't understand the process and
right,
going through it, and you know, I wouldn't change anything, honest with you, because it made me like stronger. It made me hungry. It made me more ambitious as an individual.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of things I'm doing for me. To be honest, you just benefit from it.
Exactly.
So it just made us super hungry. Like, and when I say we're back together, it's one of those things where like sometimes couples get back together and you're like, okay, let me just get her back, and for that moment I'm just gonna you know, ease her on in and still do the same thing. No, it's back together, but also continuing to do our shit, continuing to just work on our purpose, like together and separate. So that's what it is.
Yep. And you know, just a heads up, we will be doing a re-engagement, so just a fucking heads up. So if you see us get re-engaged, bitch, don't worry about it. It's none of your business, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So one of those things where, you know, people who's supposed to have been a part of that moment or was a part of that moment, they not a part of that moment anymore because they showed their ass and they showed their true colors. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I want all new memories. So yeah, re-propose to me. You know. Yeah.
She has no idea what's coming for her, yo. Like, stay tuned, because it's money.
You know, throw all the old motherfucking pictures away. You don't need them anymore. Toss them in trash. Okay? That moment don't exist. Okay. So yeah.
Yeah.
Re-engagements are.
Re-engagements. Buy a new home. So. The next time she needs some space, you just go in the basement. Just think about it.
Exactly. I told you about your goddamn hair too, didn't I?
Start growing that hair.
You know, if you want to grow his hair back, I'm like, look, go that hair back. Start backtracking, my nigga. I have to keep your hair cut for a while.
But we just want to get on here and to be super transparent. Y'all gonna see a lot more videos from us. Again, we are special thanks to everybody that's been supporting us with the book process.
Yes.
When I tell you, it feels so amazing, and the support is just so overwhelming. Like, again, thank you guys so much. Not even just the book, just in general.
In general.
Just in general.
People who've been by our sides.
And people have been checking on us as, like, how are you doing? Not how your book is doing. Not how you're doing as a podcast host. Like, how are you doing as an individual? So, again, thank you for all supporting us over the years.
Yes.
You know, more dope content, more stuff to come.
Yep.
Now that we're officially back and stronger than ever, together and separate, y'all.
Yes.
Have a great day, y'all. Peace.